how to do a proper brow mapping according to your client's face type. In this video, you will see all my tips and tricks how I achieve a flawless mapping. So first of all, as always, we draw one side of eyebrow and then copy that to another side. Now, as always, the first step is to find in the brow front, and I just put the color on this thread. This way I can do very straight lines. So we start with two lines emerging from the corner of the eye, then middle line between those two and finding 1/3 position. Now we know position of brow front. The next step is to find the height, the lower level and the upper level for the brow front. Later, these two lines will be adjusted according to your brow shape. The next step is to find the tail and make sure that the tail is higher than the brow front, which I mark over here. And usually I pick the height closest to client's hairs. So after you find the length of eyebrow, then 1/3 distance will be the position of the arch. And then go ahead and draw your lower part of eyebrow and the upper part. I will use my waterproof pencil from Beauty Slash and draw lightly the lower line of eyebrow. Remember to draw very lightly. Don't go too harsh with your outline because later you will need to adjust the brow shape, and if it's too dark, you will mess the forehead and it all will become too dark. And I wanted to give her more arch eyebrow. That's why the lower arch I bring higher than the brow front and the tail. So after this, I'm going to pick a thickness for her eyebrow, let's say 7 mm. And remember, the brow front should be thicker than the body of eyebrow, which in this case, 9.5 mm. So right now, I already found out the thickness of eyebrow, and I'm going to connect the dots with the tail and with the brow front using this tool, which makes it very easy to operate because the thread is always straight. You can actually draw the whole eyebrow with it. You don't need to even use your hand. And as always, the crucial step is to getting rid of all the hairs outside the shape, which will make it easier for you to see the shape and to also see whether the eyebrows are balanced between each other. So making the shape as clean as possible is the most important part in creating clean and crisp shape. Make sure you also trim the hairs if they are sticking out of the shape. So trimming the hairs, shaving the hairs outside the shape, this all will make your shape clean and clear. So here I'm about to finish this side of eyebrow and I will check with the client. And by the way, I have amazing brow mapping webinar. It's completely free. Under this video, you will find the link. This brow mapping webinar is going to solve all your issues and make you fully understand brow mapping. So don't forget to check it out. The client liked the shape, so I'm going to copy to another side. And first, I'm going to fix the brow front because it was increased. So the upper level I marked again. Now I'm adding the color to caliper to be able to copy the arches to another side effortlessly. So we have a color on the skin and then copy the length of eyebrow to another side. So right now we have arches on the other side and tails to the other side, but we still don't have the height. So what I do right now is I'm going to copy the height from the right side to the left side by drawing the middle line, connecting with the right side, extending this line to the right side, and then extending this line to the left side. So we have a straight line which is parallel to brow front, and this is how I know the arch is level. After this, we're good to go to find the tail. The tail we are finding through drawing a triangle, emerging from the tail, going through arch, crossing the middle line, and then from the middle line, crossing the new arch position, and reaching the tail line, crossing it in a specific dot, which will be our tail position, making sure the angles of our tails are the same. Now you can draw the eyebrow on another side or shave unnecessary hairs first before drawing. Is all up to you. In this case, I will shave the hairs just to make it cleaner for me to draw the brow shape. So right now we have almost all the points. We have brow front points, we have arch point, tail point. The last point to copy is the lower arch. So I'm just going to copy that from another side using my caliper. And after this, after all 5 points, I'm ready to draw a shape, ready to connect all these dots. Again, remember girls, you have to draw this as lightly as possible so that you still have the room for adjusting your shape. And as I always do, I draw the upper part of eyebrow using this magic tool. And as a last step, making sure all the hairs are gone from outside the shape, perfecting all the shape, and then I will confirm the shape with her and choose the color. Now, before you leave, I just want to tell you that brow mapping might be a little bit difficult for you at the beginning to learn all the steps, but once you master the steps, once you remember them, your hand will follow and brow mapping will be very easy for you to achieve. And remember to check out my webinar on brow mapping. It's completely free under this video, and I will see you in my next tutorials next week.